Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Tuesday, the 12th of January. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you can see, we've started yesterday. We ended up failing to break the channel there. It broke the channel, but it couldn't close above it. So we're pushing back up to that zone, although we're sitting right at this moment into the upper bands on the 4-hourly chart here. We could break through that. If we do start seeing a break at that level, well, we could then, push on. Uh, I would be looking for a break of this channel at some stage for just a confirmation of the move, continuation move. From a 60-minute point of view here, looking at the euro, well, it's very early days in terms of what it's doing here. It has try putting a little higher low in effectively. It's a little retrace through the Asian session there, but yesterday still looks relatively weak, so just got to watch this carefully. Already hit the daily pivot. If we start breaking above that 500, maybe I'll be looking for a move up to the daily R1 and maybe yesterday's, I'll say Sunday's actually highs there. Okay, so it's not totally convincing one way or the other at the moment in terms of its trend. It was pushing up well. Cable, I'm seeing. We've got this inverted hammer or sort of pattern, sort of spinning top pattern. Is it reversing? Possibly here. Here we've got the sort of bottom of the bands being tested again. It could end up a 4-hourly hammer, which again, it's sort of more towards the bullish side. However, it's hard for me to get away from the lower highs that have been put in up until now. We haven't really, apart from a minorish, like euro at the moment, actually, it's sort of this minor higher low sort of situation, high. But overall, in the bigger picture, we still haven't taken out some of the sort of more key highs there. So we're still on the sort of lower highs, or potentially lower highs at the moment, unless we can start shoving up. Again, already taken out daily pivot. However, maybe a break of the 50 or looking, we could end up with an hourly pivot swing, which could sort of give us a bit of a bullish sort of shape a little bit in this move. There are certain factors that may give you a sort of thought that it may want to turn around now. If we do get the sort of, as I say, the break maybe of the 50, there's a trend line that runs down here, maybe then could be looking for longs, but not particularly clear. Possibly clear if it breaks this sort of trend line on the bottom here and heads off to the S1. So at the moment it's the clearer path, but because it's in direction of the bigger trend, but as I say, it's quite difficult. It's quite choppy where it's sitting at the moment. So it's not the clearest currency pair for me to be reading. Okay, dollar yen. Yesterday saw a bit of a bounce, but it's continued back to the downside here at the moment, away from that weekly pivot. It's just continuing, but again, it's consolidating, I suppose, in a sense where it's sitting at the moment. Whether it's going to push below these lows, draw. It's going to run below here. Well, S1's not far away. Yesterday's lows would be a possible sort of target in those. The yen itself is strengthening as there's sort of more positive news coming out of Japan, and maybe it could push down a little bit more. But it's a bit sideward for me at the moment. Aussie dollar. Well, yesterday put in the nice spinning top effectively, which may have suggested a bit of a reversal. Now we are oversold at this point, and my indicator came up a bit of an oversold signal, and we could yet just push up there. However, there are factors that are not making it the prettiest. To be long, really, I'd need to be waiting for sort of a break here. in the back of my mind, I've got the fundamentals going on. Again, it's a little bit like the pound in terms it hasn't broke this more significant high. It's put in a good move yesterday, but now we've put a lower high in. And yes, it is a sort of a Gartley pattern going on here. So overall, with this move here, so providing it doesn't sort of break the lows here, it could signify further upside from there. It's a currency I've not wanted to be long on because of the risks with China, etc., and it's taken quite a hammering on. But as I say, it is coming up a bit oversold. It may give some upside, and it's got the weekly pivot certainly as a target to the upside. But personally, I may just wait for a break of the trend, give it a bit more time because it's still got a lot of potential for that weekly pivot and possibly above what's above there. So at the moment, I just, as I say, just got to sit out there patiently and wait for a bit more confirmation because it could then go for, well, quite a way, a bit more of a bounce. Okay, Canadian dollar. Actually, before I look at this too much, let's just have a quick flick of what's happening with oil, and it's still selling off. So what I spoke about yesterday, getting towards the $30 barrel. Well, it's pretty much there. It's $30.55 at 58 at the moment. So coming down towards the monthly S2, which is certainly a possibility. Should have just shorted it when I said it's going to come down to $30, shouldn't I, last week? Anyway, moving on. It's Canadian dollars, obviously feeling the brunt of this, but it's pushed up higher against, well, the US dollar's pushed up higher against the Canadian dollar effectively. It's not one I'd like to sell against, although it's probably once again, yeah, it's diverging again. It has got its daily pivot below, so any strengthening in the oil price may give it the boost it needs for the Canadian dollar to move back down towards that daily pivot. Certainly a divergence there. It's a much more risky shot to be shorting it than it is to be going long on it in general with the way oil's going. But to say, if we see a move in the oil prices and start seeing it bottom out or something like that, even in the short term, we've made daily wise, we may just get a move back to this daily pivot. But at the moment, to me, it's quite a high risk shot. Okay, that's pretty much it for me from there. Let's just, my news service was flicking around earlier on. Yep, it's there. Let's just have a quick check on what's this. There's not a significant amount of news out today. The most important one really this morning is the UK manufacturing production figures. They can give 20-30 pip moves if they're any variance there, any surprises. We've got later on the Bank of Japan governor speaking at 10:30, so dollar yen may get a bit of a move from that. Actually, just check what he's doing, due to participate in a panel discussion titled Monetary Policy, Financial Stability, and the zero lower band. Okay, maybe not get a lot of movement from that. And then we got at 2:15 the Bank of England governor is speaking, but oh goodness, it's the same meeting as the Bank of Japan governor speaking at, so perhaps not a lot from either of those two. So the key one there really is the 9:30 news at the manufacturing production for the UK. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.